Oh, well, there we go. Alright, well. Uh, let's do this. Yeah, okay, that's okay. I don't care about that. I can pause that. Don't need that. Alright, well, I guess the key is different. Okay, that can go away. Well, it's not bad. It's like 3 seconds. Is it dropping? No. Okay, that's really weird. Alright, well. Whatever. It is what it is. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to flip over to the Necromancer and attempt to do this because I think I've fixed it. I think I've fixed the internets. If I have fixed the internets, then I'm going to ignore Twitch forever. Because if this works, I don't need Twitch. I was using a Restream so I could do it on both, but yeah. I think this will work. We're just going to play for about a half hour here, and we're going to make sure that this works. Essentially, we're going to make sure that my lag isn't too bad. And we'll find out when we start doing a rift here. Let's do a greater rift. Why are you doing? Oh, I'm on the cube. Wrong pillar. Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's do a 50. And what we'll do, see, that was pretty snappy. Oh, we need to turn this on. It's got a tiny bit of a delay. The one where I have is playing games that have any kind of a death mechanic where like if it was hardcore where you die then you lose your character. I don't think I could play hardcore on here right now. It's that I can notice a little bit of a delay from when I press a button. Sometimes it's not all the time, so I know that it's not the server and it's actually the my internet speed just cannot handle streaming and doing this at the same time. After we go through this though, we're going to try and stream some programming and see what that looks like. Way down there. Yeah. Let's go this way. Is that off? It is. Nope. There we go. I don't know why that was off. My numlock for Diablo was off. That's dangerous. Do not like tight places like this. Really? Oh. this is like, this is the most hated map I have. Just be, it's not too bad when it's a short one, because I've gotten some, like have you ever gone to the one maps, or like get a map and it's like the place where you fight like the Spider Queen and stuff like that, and all of a sudden you have like a one ramp in 2 rooms or 2 little sections, and that's the whole map with a portal on it, and it's like really, really short. When it's like that for this place, it's nice. I don't mind it. Okay, let's work on this one. And oh, we got gloves. Let's hope. You know, let's just hope. Close this one really. What do we get? 3 minutes. That's not bad. It's getting better. Getting better. Come on. Nope. That's worse. We've got more critical hit chance. Ooh. It actually might not be worse. That might actually be really good because it has a higher crit chance than mine. So if I re-roll the damage into critical, or the area into the critical hit damage, and trying to get to 50%. There, see, there's a little delay, tiny bit of a delay here. Oh, 37. So what's it like with 37? 5%. So I have to at least pass 42. So the game is gonna give me a 50 right off the bat. You watch. 29. Damn. Just prove me wrong. That's all we got. Come on. Give me 50. Yeah, that lag is quite annoying actually. And I don't think I can get rid of it either. The only thing I can possibly do is turn my settings down again. But come on. Oh, 48. It's higher than the other one. Why isn't it as good? Oh. Because it's... No. I have more intelligence on this one. Oh, it's because it thinks that it's the attack speed. 1383. So the game thinks that because it has attack speed and I'm a Necromancer or any other class, that because it has attack speed it has a higher damage rating. That's really annoying. Really is. Very, very annoying actually. Because it's not the case. I don't care about attack speed on this build. So we're just gonna keep that. Yeah, we'll throw this one back into the bin here. Just cause. We'll throw it down here. So this one's got... It doesn't have as much intellect, and it only has... But I only rolled a 28, but it has a 9 out of 10, right? Yeah, 9 out of 10 on it. I would love to get an ancient one, or a primal ancient, but, you know. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. Let's try and get a primal phylactery here. I want a primal lost time.
What a steal. Maybe you can find a use for that.
Ain't gonna happen. What the hell is that? I've never seen those before. That's pretty cool. Let's put that away. I've never actually seen those bracelets before. That must be new. Of course, I don't play Crusaders, so I have like I think made 2 or 3 Crusaders in my life. One of them was hardcore and died at like level 20 something. Alright. So let us do. How many grades things do I have? I have 19. Yeah, we'll just keep running these. We'll run them for a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. Now it's on. Oh. I mean, like, it really doesn't matter if I have attack speed. See, bone armor speed, apparently, according to forums, is not affected by attack speed. So I don't know why. I mean, it has to be just a generic for all the classes. That, you know, a class would have an attack speed would be a beneficial thing to have. Has to be. Why is it off again? There we go. It's gonna get me killed one day. There we go. I was hoping I would be able to get it before. See, it's off again. That's really weird. Turn it on. Oh, clicking off the screen does it. That's not good. Okay, well, that's good to know anyways.
I need to go back. Hello there. Such a brave soul. What a steal. That is too expensive.
Nope. Alright, so what does this look like now? I don't get to see, oh yeah, it does show the elapsed time. So, okay, well, that's not bad. Okay, so let's do one more here. Because I wanna try and get my ancient primal ancient phylactery. It just does not want to drop. And turn this on. Try not to click out of the window. Oh. that goes back, so we go all the way down. Oh, blue. And there's the portal. Go in the portal. Thank you. Come on, you guys. Give me more guys. There we go. There we go.
Let's see the gem. I am returning.
All right.
I grant you the power of your.
Alright, so. And we will go. Let's go and ID the stuff. Oh, we got. What, the poison one? No. Additional life over. No. I would rather have the other one for now, but I will put that in the bank. Pledge of Chaldeum. Really?
I can't use that.
Aww. Okay, well. Let's throw these in here. Flavor of Time. Yeah, I do. It's not as good either. Alright, so let's put this into here. And then we will dump our gems. And we will salvage all of this stuff. And then repair. And let us go ahead and buy our phylacteries here. Okay, come on. You can do this. I want a primal ancient lost time, please. Please, RNG. RNGesus. Here we go.
That's too bad.
Oh, I see a lost time. See a lost time.
That is too expensive.
Nope. Damn it. And it's not as good. Not even close. Man. Sucks. Alright, well, we are going to flip over and try to see what programming actually looks like. What are we going to try and work on here? Let's work on this. Alright, so we're going to exit. And we're going to go to this. And this is more for testing purposes. I want to make sure that the whole thing actually functions a little bit. Alright. I have no idea what we're talking about. Yeah, I don't remember what this is like at all. Let's give this a shot here. It's there. Yeah, it's there. What happens if I maximize it? Yeah, it works. That works. Okay. All right. Well, let's try. Let's try and make the buttons do something here. So when I click my button, I want to. Let's go ahead. Why is this so big? I just probably increased that size. All right. So we want a add holder commands. We're gonna add a class called choose button command, or choose price command. Call it that. We need to call it, make it a public class that uses iCommand. And we are going to, come on, use input, implement interface. We're going to go return true just for now. And we're going to pass in a public choose price command. What is this? This is called we're gonna call this main window view, and I want a main window view, view, and we're gonna do view check button. Wait a minute. Let's go look at our buttons. Right, we're gonna see. I don't remember anything about this. Is it worth playing in 2019? Diablo 3? It's okay. I wouldn't spend my whole life playing Diablo 3. But it's, I don't know. It's a game. It makes you want to hurl sometimes because it has too much RNG in it. But I mean, so did Diablo 2 though. I mean, realistically, it had some pretty serious stuff, and Diablo 3 probably a little easier than Diablo 2 as far as getting the gear, but yeah, for the most part, the actual gear grind is a lot easier in Diablo 3, especially when it comes to getting, the set that you want. It is definitely easier. What were we looking at? Oh yes. So case values. So here's my values. We are adding a prices left. So basically, my value is going to be this. So I need a command on here. We're just going to go all the way down here. Alright, so button click case. Alright, so we want a public void choose case float value. All right. So the value is the text of this. So I want the button is going to be parameter as button, and I want button text, no, content. Float try parse button content out, and we're gonna call this val. Ooh, hello. Float val. Wow. What? Okay. That's really weird. Alright, well, float val is equal to this, whatever. Alright, so then we're gonna go view model, view, choose case, and I want to pass in the val. Okay, so when I do this, I want to go view equals view. Let's do this just so that it's not really confusing. Alright, so when I create this, I need to go, I need a I need a command. No, I don't want command. I want a choose price. Oh, wait a minute. This? I don't care right now with this program. Case choose command. And then we're gonna go. Oh yeah, this has to be public, and I have to go get set, and I have to go case click command equals new, and I'm passing in this, and then we're going to say if value is less than equal to 750 f. We are in the left slot or left side, else if value is greater than 750, we are on the right side, and otherwise we're going to say invalid choice, throw new exception. Invalid choice, just cause, you know. Alright. So now what we want to do is we want to go through I have my prices on the left. So I'm going to say, so it's a price slot. So we're going to go price slot is equal to prices left, where display value is equal to value. Case is equal to this. Oh, selected case. and I need to select X. I go first or default. Alright. So we're going to go through and we're just going to select the first one. And we want the index is going to be prices left index of selected case. And so there's our value. We now know where our value is in the array. And what we want to do is we want to go prices left, no, if prices left index, oops, and display state is equal to 0, we can click it. So then we're going to go prices left index display state is equal to 1. Else we cannot click it. It has been chosen. Now we'll just pretend that it's either a 0 or a 1 for now. Eventually we'll probably do something else in there, like explosions. So anyways, okay, so now what we want to do is copy this, and we're gonna make this Price is Right. Price is Right, like that. Okay. Yeah, okay, that works. So let us do, we need to change the button style. So here's our button, and the button style, let's make this huge because we don't care what the thing looks like. It doesn't draw the buttons anyways. So what we want to do is we want to make the button style have a trigger on it. Here's our style triggers, and we have a trigger, data trigger, setter, I want, what was it? Yeah, it's a data trigger. Yeah, binding, there we go. Binding, and I want this style, target type is bind, no, this the X type, and this is a price slot, like that. And now we need to go this display state. Okay. Now I need to build this so that I can access all this stuff here. Make sure I can display. No, it doesn't want to do it, really. Display state. Let's try path. Maybe that will work. The price slot has this. The prices left and right have getters and setters. There's a public one. It should work. It should let me do it. So let's try something here. Let's build this here, and let us go ahead and try the wizard. Now the last time I did this, hey Dracos, how's it going? The last time I did this, it crashed Visual Studio, and I'm not sure why. So let's try this out. It did have an update, so we're gonna create a binding. Ah, hey, it worked. Okay. Resource self, binding. No. It's not that. So it doesn't know what it is. Based on X type price slot. I'm actually just really testing out the program to see how it all works for whatchamacallit, for streaming. I think I fixed it. Like, I think I actually got it so that to the point where the stream is clear enough that I'm not like, there's a little bit of a lag when I'm playing like Diablo 3, but it's not noticeable. Like, well, it's noticeable. It's just not horrible. But this is there was a game called WildStar that I used to play. Oh, I have to select a value here. Data trigger. Value of 0. I want to setter property. Property. X name is going to be case button. Target name is case button. Property. Background. Value is black. Just to see what happens here. So problem is that it thinks that it's the wrong kind of thing. So it's the button style, right? No, this is not right. Target type is a button. And the binding is going to be this. Alright, I'm just gonna comment this out for now. I'll show you. Maybe not that much. Let's do this. Copy. Alright, so this is Chua or no Chua. So this is deal or no deal for WildStar. And at one point, I did make an add-on for the game that did all this. It was actually a semi-functioning game that you could play. It's kind of like remember back in the day in World of Warcraft, and you had that ball game where you would launch the ball up and hit the orange things on the screen, and the blue ones and the orange ones gave you more points and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, with the unicorn or whatever it is, like the horse, something like that. Anyways, they actually made the add-on in World of Warcraft so you could play that game while you were waiting for dungeon pops. So I made this game in WildStar when I was bored and waiting for something to happen, or a PvP queue to pop. I would actually play. Well, I would work on and play this game. So I got it to the point where I could just go around and play, but it didn't have some of the fancier things involved. So I decided, now that WildStar is actually shut down now, so you can't play it anymore. And I was just thinking of recreating the mini game for this. Go send a copy to some of the devs that I used to talk to all the time. Something like that. But yeah, we'll see. But first I gotta make it so that you can click this, right? So actually, I can see if it works if I click on this button and we look in the button and we go show properties. We have the content value is 1. Okay, so I need to know when I call this. Oh, I don't have the command bound to it yet. So what we want to do is we want to do just get rid of this for now. We say command is the binding of case. Why won't it do this? Case click command. Should do it. Why? Why will it not do this? I have the... Oh, because I don't have the data context set. Window. Data context is local. Where are we? Main window. Well, I guess it's using this. But, you know, we'll see. So, yeah, Stack Overflow. Yeah, so it's assigning it twice. So that's not going to work. So basically what we want to do is we want to find the function call where we actually trigger this is going to be here. And we're going to start and we're going to click a button and it should break. But it doesn't because apparently it's not tied to it. Button show properties, the command is not there. So so weird. You know what? I'm just gonna move this. We're gonna do something different here. This is extremely annoying. I need to go find my other project. So this is public. Models. View model base. I'm gonna open this puppy up, and we're gonna go like this. Close. And we're gonna go add item class called view model base. And I'm gonna go like this and that. Get rid of the stuff we don't need. This can go back to regular string, please. Alright, there's our view model base. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to copy all of this stuff. Oh my god, really? Stop it. Alright. Maybe I just have to do this. Nope, I just have to make my own. We'll rename it in a sec here, but we're gonna copy this. Oops. And public main window. Okay, it's empty. And we want a add new folder. And this is called a view model. Make a view models folder. And we're going to add a new item, and we're going to call this game view model. And we're going to go like this. Public class, and I have an extra thing. Okay, so this is here. This one is going to game view model. Okay, so now what I need to do is delete this and this, and I have to go to this command, and I have to change this to a game view model, and I need to go and using the view model and paste that, copy, paste, there we go, like that. Okay, so now we've essentially what we've done is we've taken the original, like when you create a program in C#, it makes the XAML, and it automatically makes what they call the code behind, which is the C# script behind the window, and that's why they call it the code behind, because you have XAML here, and then you have the XAML.cs. And MVVM, or model view model, the way that you do it is you have your model, which is like all your code base, like your classes and structs or whatever you're using. Then you have your view model, which is the thing that does all the calculations and all that kind of stuff. And then you have your view, which is all it does is display the stuff, and so it doesn't touch any of the stuff behind it. It has a very light relationship between your view and your view model, because they're the ones that talk, but the view has no idea what the models are doing. It doesn't care what they are, other than, you know, what type of object, and like this list of this observable collection of, like I say, a string. If you have a custom class, like here we have a price slot, or price slot is a custom class. The view does have to know what the price slot is, because it needs to know, you want to pull out specific parts of it. Like I want to display the display state as a value in the box. It needs to know what that path of it is. So it would be price slot display state would be how you would access that particular thing. So that's the kind of stuff it does need to know, but it doesn't need to know how to calculate anything or anything. It just give me something, and then I display it, and it lets the rest of the program do its stuff. It's kind of nice. It's a little bit more coding, but when you have complex stuff, it does make it a lot easier to maintain. As long as you don't do what I do and make things look horrible. I'm not going to worry about this button thing yet. I am going to go like this. Okay, so now I want a view model, and we're going to do CLR namespace Chua or no Chua view model. Okay, and what we're going to do, so what we've done is given it a really. Okay, well, let's just try this. Will it let me do it? Window, data context. So we're going to tell it, normally in the program, when you would, in the code behind, it would, whatever that code behind is usually the data context, so you would assign the data context there. And if to do with the data context in the XAML, you can assign it inside this little tag here. So let's see. This is called game, view model. Uh, why? Oh, because this doesn't do view model base. Oops. Did I misspell it? No. Oh, yes, I did. Go figure, huh? Alright. Let's change this to a lowercase. There we go. Alright. Get rid of this for now. We'll put this down at the bottom. Okay. So now, if I go down to here, we'll just shrink all this, and we will put a breakpoint at this part of the function, and we will go like this. Save. We're going to build this because as far as the interface or the IDE, or Visual Studio, is concerned, is until I build it the first time, it has no idea what the hell I'm doing. So window, data context, local. It doesn't know what the class is. There it is. There's a game view model class. So now it shows up in the IntelliSense, the little pop-up stuff. So it's a weird little issue, but kind of get used to it. So now what should happen is I should be able to type my command here. Okay. I want to I need my little thing here, because the command is not on the button, right? It's on the main. So I want to go to the parent. Element name, and then I want the data context, wherever it may be. Okay, and then I want, oh, I gotta remember how I did this, because I don't remember. This was on monster search, monster kill alert. I want my view model monster kill tracker. Command, because it's on each button on here. See this one here, monster kills add tracker button. Okay, so it's in the, oh, it's in the XAML for it. It's not in the, where's my views? Where are we? Monster kill alert page. Right here. This is my template for the colors. It's in the list box where it has the adding, and it has a button on it, but it doesn't, because the button doesn't have a command on the element. There we are, right here. So I did command binding. I say it's on the data context dot add monster track command, and the element name is monster alerts. So I think monster alerts is the name of the form. Yes. Okay. Okay, so let's copy this. I need this stuff. and I'm just going to close this for now. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go like this, and I'm going to call this where did it give it the name? There it is. This is going to be called game window, and then I want this to say game window, and I want to be called case choice, no, case click command. I think that's what I called it. Case click command, yep. Okay, and we're gonna pass in the binding. All right, so let's make this a little easier to read for some people. All right. So what we're doing, as I go over this, is first thing we have to do is we have to give the window the name, right? Because we have to reference it, and because what happens is this button itself is not, it's dynamically generated. So what we have to do is we have to sign the command, but since it's in a list, its data context in the list is itself. So its data context is like the content of the button and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to, the command is not on the button, the command is on the data context for the game window. So what I have to do is I have to reference the game window's data context by the element name, and we assign that element name the name of the game window. So it's going to element name game window, and it's going to bind it to the data context dot case click command. This should work. At least this is how the monster one works. So what should happen is when we play this, we should get a breakpoint right here when I click this, just like that. It's broke because, you know, it's not an actual object for some reason. Price slot. It might be a price slot. Display value. We'll just go like this. All right, should work. Here we go. So the value was passed was 0.01. So I know the command is working. And the value is this. So let's step through this. So it's going through the bracket, and it says, okay, so what it's going to first try to do is return the element that has the value of the display value we just passed. Okay, so it's going to look through it. Yes. All right, so there's our value. So it's got a display state is 0, a display value is 0.01. All right, so now it's going to look for the index now, and the index is 0. So we have our display state is 0 right now, and we're going to go with this, and then we're going to go, and it's going to assign it to 1. So now if I look at this, it says 1, right? So it's updated the value. Okay. And we'll continue. Okay, so this one is now 1. So if I click the button and I go into my tree, and I show the properties for the tree, or for the button here, its content is 0.01. Okay, but the button itself does not have the value of like its state. It is in the data for the actual button. So what I need to do is, in order for, if you click a button, right, and this is now 1, so if I go to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll make sure that this works. So we're gonna just step through all this. Actually, we'll just go like this. We'll put a breakpoint here, F5. So we should be on, we're number 4. So the index starts at 0, remember. So now it knows that the index of the value, which is 25, which is the one I clicked, is 4. And it's going to set that one to 1. Okay. If I put a little, I don't have anything in here, but if I put a breakpoint inside here and I click 25, it shouldn't break. All right. So that means that it's working because I can't put a breakpoint in here because I don't have anything. So if I go here, we have that. So yeah. Display state is 1, and so it can't do it. Yep, we're good. So anyways, so what I need to do now is I need to set up a data trigger on the view. So whatever value this button has, I need it to be a different color based on the value, right? So I want button triggers. I want a data trigger property. No. Binding is equal to display state and a value of 0. And then, ooh, come on, don't do this to me now. All right. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is set the property of the back. Nope. I need to give the name is gonna be called case button. This property case button. Target name is case button. Property temp can't really, it won't let me do that. Oh, because it thinks it's something else. It thinks it's not, no, it's not the button. It thinks it's something else. What is this? Is it the window? Okay, we'll tell it the background is going to be a value of light gray. And let's just copy this, and if it's a 1, we're going to call this dark gray. Just to see if it's got a different value. Okay, so what's our error? Cannot find static member background property on the type. Yeah, and so it's this. It's it thinks that it's probably the button itself, but I don't think it's the button. I think it's trying to do something else, because I would have access to the foreground and background on the button. Button background, maybe. I don't know. It's a good question. I've never tried this before inside of it for a button. Trigger collection members must be of type event triggers. Okay, I don't want that. Display state value is 0. Setter property background. I just want to see if this will work. I don't think it is. I think this is different. Trigger case button. Oh, maybe that'll work. Nope. On the content presenter. I'm gonna have to look how to do that again. I forget how to do this. I don't think I've ever done it inside of a data trigger. I've done it based on the property of the object inside the binding. So I have like the color of the background is inside the object in the list. So its value is stored inside the whatever is in the list item. I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to change based on what value is being given, not what it has, because you can change the value of what it has, and it's a little harder to change the reaction to code based on what the value is that it actually has. And that way, you know, if it is 0, change it to a specific color, not the button is bound, like I would do, like the background is binding background color. You know, I would do something like that, and then I would have a background color on top of the button itself, right? And then it depends on what the button. I mean, it's one way to do it. This is the other way, and I just got to remember how to do it. I did something similar to it, but it wasn't to do with this. It was changing the template. So anyways, it's been a little over an hour. I think I'm gonna end the stream here tonight, and yeah, we'll start to work on some of my other projects and stuff. It's we're gonna see what the stream is actually like when it's done encoding and stuff like that, and make sure that this way of streaming. Before I was doing a live, not the stream now. I was doing the live event one, and it doesn't automatically go into my videos. So this one, I hope it does. So this should pop up on the regular channel. The other one only shows up when I'm streaming, and then you have to look at the history. I think it'll show you in there somewhere. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in, those who did, and we will talk to you guys later.